Hi there, YouTube. It's about 2 in the afternoon on a Sunday, and I just woke up from like a 3-hour nap because I work 7 days a week, and the entire time I was dreaming about this Horizon multiplayer game and how Sony needs it to work, I want it to work, and I have some thoughts. I'm optimistic. I want it to see the light of day. I genuinely like the art style of Hunter's Gathering. I think it looks good. It definitely has that Fortnite, like Apex Legends type of vibe, but I think that's going to appeal to a younger generation, and I think that that's what Sony is going for. I mean, this generation, PS5, has caught so much flack for not having any games, even though the games that we've gotten have been really, really good. The output hasn't been as great, but I have a stack of games here. Like, they have been like remastering and remaking some bangers from the past, right? So this, I know we all want new stuff, but this should, make the old timers happy, right? I mean, Bluepoint got shut down. Everyone was pissed about that. So it's apparent that, if we can get good remakes and good remasters, people will eat that shit up. It seems like that's something that people, there's a space for that, right? It seems like that's something that people want. So why can't we have both things? Why can't we have something that appeals to a younger audience and also these remakes and remasters on the side? Now, look, I guess it kind of sucks that, maybe Hunter's Gathering only appeals to a younger audience. But, if you look at, just as a crazy example, why do the Mario movies exist? I think it's because it's kind of the same reason why they have like a theme park or whatever. Nintendo Land. It's because they want to appeal to a younger audience, a broader audience. They want to pull them into that ecosystem. You look at, why did Horizon Lego get made? I think Lego games in general are supposed to appeal to a younger audience. I mean, why do Batman Lego games exist? I love Batman, and I'm going to play the new Batman Lego game. And I love Horizon, and I played the Lego Horizon game. But I think they're supposed to appeal to a younger audience, especially for something. I mean, Horizon has a lot of mature themes. Batman has a lot of mature themes. You can kind of water that stuff down, and now it's like E for everyone. Couple of other things here that I want to talk about. So obviously, Sony doesn't want another Concord. And I think one of the biggest things that sucked about Concord was the characters, right? They weren't relatable. They were like 10 years too late to the hero shooter vibe. And that's one of my biggest concerns with Hunter's Gathering is they say it's canon, and that's cool lore-wise, because we all know how Forbidden West ended with Hephaestus and everything, but you can't play as like Aloy. You can't play as Erend. You have these characters that wield a hammer, a bow, and then this character named Sun that can like jump around and stuff. So people are concerned about how there's potentially new abilities, and that might diminish Aloy's abilities, of her heroicism, right? But I think that those characters that we know and love from the main games will probably be unlockable. That's kind of how those live service games work. You work towards, unlocking something. It does seem like this is going to be like a roguelite type of game. I'm excited for it because I genuinely like PvEs over PvPs. And I just don't know how you would take the concentration mode from the main games and put that into a game like Hunter's Gathering. I'm sure it could work. You know, I'm not a game designer, but I do think it's ridiculous that in Hunter's Gathering, from what we've seen in the gameplay, you don't just run up to machines and like beat the shit out of them in the main games. But at the same time, it's like, is it practical to, you know, pick apart machines and expose their weak spots and then exploit those weak spots? All three of you doing concentration mode in Hunter's Gathering. There is a guy that has a bow, and so maybe you do just that. But again, how do you go into concentration mode? So I think it makes sense to have two other characters that have completely different abilities so that you can work together as a team to take down these machines that are now even stronger or have gone even more haywire because of what happened at the end of Forbidden West. And from what we've seen in the trailers, I do like how the walls are closing in on you so that you have like some anxiety around like a time limit. I think that that's pretty cool. The cauldrons. I just think that that looks really badass. So, I don't know. I'm definitely going to give this game a try, and just wanted to say that, you know, Herman Hulst has an imprint on Sony and has a big say in this IP specifically. So I do think that it's going to see the light of day. I think one of the biggest challenges that this game has is, you know, we can't play any recognizable characters, and apparently we can't make up our own either. But if you can unlock recognizable characters down the line, I think that'll be an advantage over something like, you know, Concord, where it was all completely new and they weren't charismatic enough. People just didn't care. So, I don't know. I guess I'm just excited for anything new with Horizon. And because it's canon, I'm really, really looking forward to the single-player component of this. And maybe that's where we get most of the canon-related story element to this game. If anything, I think, you know, despite the art style is so different, which for me, I just don't need, you know, my art style to be the exact same, you know, as the main games. That's why I got joy out of the Lego game, right? That was a completely different, you know, twist on Horizon. And I also liked the VR game because I thought the combat was amazing, and I thought it was a cool little story, and it expanded the lore, but it was a different character, right? Aloy just made like a short little cameo in that. So I don't now if Horizon 3 came out looking like Borderlands or this Hunter's Gathering game, yeah, that would completely throw me for a loop, and I'd be pissed. I'd be livid, you know. But this is something totally different, a different experience. But I guess I'm just excited about the fact that it's a PvE. It's probably going to be a roguelike. It's just a co-op game, you know? So I'll get some joy out of it with my friends, and I'm excited for what that single-player component has, how it's related to, what it has in store for us in relation to the main games. That's the part that I'm looking forward to the most. But, you know, overall, despite this live service push that's failed miserably, I'm a single player gamer mostly, so, you know, surprise, surprise. That's the part that I'm looking forward to. But anyways, that's all I got. Thanks for watching.